The doctors making the most money are working the least hours. Sounds backwards, right? But it's true. And the difference is not talent or luck, it's systems. Hey guys, Dr. TJ here. Real quick, if you want more strategies to work smarter, not harder in your practice, make sure you subscribe and hit that bell. I drop new practice growth content every week. Alright, let's dive in. You know, when I started my practice, I thought success meant a packed schedule. I was seeing 40, 50 patients a day, working weekends, missing family dinners. But then I had this realization. I wasn't building a practice. I was building a prison, and I was the inmate. We have other priorities and obligations. We have families. You know what happens next? Before you know it, you'll hit the wall and stuck in the rat race and end up in physician burnout. I know this at first hand because I went through this. I hear this 80% of the time during our profit accelerator session with doctors. So I shifted and completely changed how I practice since 2014. That's how Hybrid-Concierge model was born. Everything changed when I learned to build systems. And look, when I say systems, I mean everything. For example, there are marketing systems, sales systems, staff systems, operational systems, HR system, risk management system. How do you generate revenue? You look at the patient journey, which is customer journey, and we create systems also around 4 phases. We're talking lead generation, lead conversion, patient ascension, and retention. Now, you may wonder why you should keep watching this video if I'm just a doctor. Well, I have been investing in educating myself in management, marketing, leadership, systems design, and innovation, sales since 2014. I have also computer science and business background. Now, I'm deeply passionate about AI in healthcare now. So not just academically, I practice what I preach. I broke 7 figures working 4 days per week with just 2 staff members, seeing 15 to 20 patients per day. That's my formula. I have trained over 800 doctors with hybrid concierge models along with these critical systems in place. Today I work 2 afternoons a week in podiatry and focus on consulting other private practices to build their profitable practice without sacrificing the lifestyle. That's a long phrase, but it's true. So in this video, let me show you 3 specific systems that made the biggest impact in both my own practice and hundreds of doctors I have helped. Now, I could overwhelm you with all 20 plus systems we use, but that's not helpful when you're already drowning in work. So I've picked just the 3 that you can implement quickly and see results fast. These work whether you're in family medicine, surgery, dermatology, or any other specialty. It's about business infrastructure that supports your clinical excellence. Let me dive onto slide presentation and then I'll show you these 3 systems. Sounds good? Alright, let's move on. Building systems that scale your practice from hustle to leverage. I'm going to go over this pretty quickly. Every patient touch point matters, right? I'm going into system 1 basically. What's leaking in your practice? Well, average practice misses 150 calls per month, and that leads to 30% revenue loss. And just a no-show annually 150,000 plus that you're leaking. So system 1 is the patient flow system. Systemize every patient interaction from first contact to long-term retention. When you map and optimize each touch point, you eliminate revenue leaks and create predictable, scalable growth. It includes these 3 steps, pre-visit and visit and post-visit. So I'm not going to read everything, but you guys can see what it can do to automate and create systems in before patients even visit, right? Like AI receptionist, automations, and digital intake forms. And even during visit, what kind of SOPs you can create to consistent workflow so that your staff burden gets eliminated, and then also your daily workflow gets more productive. And post-visit is important, right? What kind of things you do to follow up with the patients and each patient, and how you reactivate, reactivate campaigns to recover revenue that you might be losing. So patient flow results, one case study I have from doctors in Dallas. Before, he was working 60 plus hours, grinding every day. And now, after he implementing this patient flow system, 30 hours per week saves. He saves with the automation systems. If you have any question in this patient flow system you see in this video, please drop a comment and I'll answer every question. Patient flow system is one way, right? Inflow of patients. But what about revenue tracking system? This is important too. Peter Drucker, who is the inventor of modern business management, he said, if you can't measure it, you can't improve it. There are some other ways to say it. What can be measured can be improved, things like that. It's by Peter Drucker. So what you don't track, you cannot fix it, right? So most doctors know all the clinical stuff, but doctors typically do not know these: revenue per provider hour, patient acquisition cost, cash pay conversion rate, and collection percentage. Again, if you can measure these, you can improve. Track two types of KPIs that I want to highlight for you. There's a patient flow metrics and revenue metrics. Patient flow metrics and revenue metrics. So patient flow metrics, how many patients, how many new leads coming per week, and how many patients from lead becomes actual patients that booked appointment, and how many patients actually show up, and how many patients accepted your treatment solutions. Again, that's important. So that's a patient flow side, but revenue side, cash versus insurance revenue, average transaction value, which is ARPV, right? Average revenue per visit, which is super important in hybrid-concierge model, patient lifetime value, LTV, and monthly recurring revenue, meaning some sort of repeating ones like subscription model and build predictable income. I'll give you a couple of real practice example. One doctor I help in Michigan, she realized that cash pay model has 4 times higher lifetime value compared to the insurance patient. Again, if they didn't measure this, she would not known this. So they shifted marketing focus to cash pay services and double the profit within 6 months. Profit, right? Not revenue, but still very huge. Double the profit in 6 months. And another doctor I help in Florida, similar idea, measured patient acceptance rate to non-cover elective treatments. The problem they realized was that staff never offered them due to lack of training and scripting. Now we're talking staff side. So again, if you didn't measure this, you wouldn't have found out where to improve. So they implemented simple consultation scripts with their with their staff, and generate 15,000 additional monthly revenue from existing patient base. Key insight here I want to point out, the biggest opportunities are often hiding in plain sight within your existing patient data. Now we're moving on to next system. Typically, this is what happens. Why doctors stay stuck? Because they always say, nobody can do it like I can, or nobody can do it better than me. The trap is that you believe only you can handle clinical tasks with precision they require. This mindset keeps you trapped in operational details instead of strategic growth. The reality is that every hour spent on $20 per hour tasks at your $500 per hour opportunity cost means, if you subtract it, $480 loss per hour. That's $249,600 lost annually on tasks others could handle. Guys, this is like pivotal moment for you. I hope this is pivotal moment for you. Your medical degree doesn't qualify you as the best office manager, bookkeeper, or appointment scheduler. It qualifies you to practice medicine, not in this side. So you know what you have to do? Delegate. Effective delegation isn't about dumping tasks. It's about building systems that scale. Okay, don't think like you're putting this, to someone else's hands. You're building systems by doing so. Climb one step at a time to reclaim your time so you can multiply your impact. Remember, time is most invaluable source that you can have. 3 steps to do this: a delegation ladder. Step 1, document. Write down everything and then create simple SOP that capture your knowledge and make it transferable. So how you do it, typically you can use like screen recording software like Loom. It's readily available from typical web browser. You just click that little button and then start recording the process that you're doing, repeating, that is not clinical or is not something that super important or urgent. And step 2, once you have SOP, you delegate, right? Assign outcomes, not tasks. That's important. I don't want your staff only waiting for the tasks. I want them to take initiatives. So you want to start training your staff to assign outcomes, focus on outcomes. So that means give team members ownership of results with clinical success metrics. Does that make sense? Train them using your documentation, then trust the system. Now, step 3, automate. Let technology handle repetitive work. So even if you can delegate to your staff as well, if that can be repeated, it can be automated. Let technology handle repetitive work. AI receptionist, for example, automated scheduling, digital follow-ups, eliminate human touch points where possible. It'll actually save you payroll expense. Key is this: start small and scale gradually. Don't try to delegate everything at once. Master one step before moving to the next. So we went over systems build freedom, 3 foundational systems. Number 1, patient flow system. Number 2, revenue dashboard system. Number 3, delegation ladder system. Start with the 1 system. Remember that, right? If you're ready to build your systems, I created something very special for you. It should be in the description below. Get your free system starter kit. So I'll give you patient flow mapping template. I'll give you revenue dashboard tracker and delegation worksheet and top 10 systems checklist. Wouldn't it be helpful for you? So there will be a link in the description below. Click it. You can fill out the email so that I know where to send. Did you guys enjoy the presentation? So pick one area that frustrates you the most. Maybe it's phone calls. Maybe it's tracking cash pay conversions. Maybe it's staff confusion. Document how it currently works. Then ask, what would this look like if it ran perfectly without me? Remember, you didn't learn medicine overnight. Building business systems is the same process. So I know you got into medicine to help patients, not to become a business operations expert. But here's the reality. The practices that thrive aren't grinding harder. They're building smarter. So if you want to go deeper and get personal help implementing all these systems, I run a program called the Profit Alchemy Accelerator, where we build these together, customized for your specific practice. But honestly, start with this free kit. Implement one system. Feel what it's like to have something run without you. That feeling, that's freedom, and you deserve it. So if this was helpful, hit that like button and subscribe for more practice growth strategies every week. Drop a comment below. I'd love to hear from you. What's the one thing in your practice you wish would run itself? I'm Dr. TJ An. Remember, you're not just a clinician, you're a practice owner. It's time to build a practice that serves you. See you in the next video.